Hey guys, welcome back to my sewing room. I'm Kelly and you found me here on Pick and Stitches. And I am super excited to share with you a great, fun, fast project. This was one of the things that came out of the Open Gate quilt box. And I am so excited to just share this with you and I hope you get to make it too. Okay, you guys, I literally just unboxed this box. It came in, I've unboxed it. I did the video on the unboxing. I haven't even posted that to YouTube yet, but I've got my fabric drying on the starch rack in the other room. But this secondary project is so fast and fun and easy, and I just had to get right into it. So thank you, Monique, for sharing a great secondary project. This is so perfect for this time of year. We're making this drawstring gift bag. You guys, how cute is that? So I can't wait to show you all the things. Let's jump right on in.
Okay, I'm so excited to be sewing this one out with you guys. So first off, you're going to cut your fabric. Then we're going to take them and put them right sides together. Whoops, I'm flipping too many pieces over. And what we're going to do is line up our pieces. And I have a couple different pins that I use for this. But basically, I'm going to put two pins that I don't want to sew between that are different than my other pins. Because what we're going to do is we're going to turn it here. So I want to make sure that I stop and start and that I don't sew that part. So then we'll just go around the rest of the quilt really quick, or the rest of the bag, I guess. You guys, I literally just finished the unboxing video and I am already sewing this out. Haven't even uploaded it to YouTube yet. I'm really excited about this bag because I think it's going to be perfect for us to reuse this pattern for other gift bags for this year. And I think Monique does a great job. Everything that she's sent so far has been like kind of the right timing. You know, as we're getting ready for fall and Thanksgiving and having family here, we had the apron pattern. And then last month we had that super cute little applique Christmas tree. And this is a perfect little gift bag. Okay, so now we're going to head over to the machine. I'm just going to do a 1/4 inch seam. I'm going to start at one of my purple pins, go all the way around, stop at my other purple pin. And I'm going to go ahead and backstitch here because I want to make sure that as I'm pulling it through, I don't pull that seam open. I am going to use that 60 glad thread that I've been liking so much, and it does tend to unravel just a little bit. So we'll see how it holds up to this part. So I've got my 1/4 inch foot on here. That will be fine. And I'm just going to start, I've got a couple loose threads. I'm just going to start after that pin. And I'm going to go ahead and pull it out. And I'm going to back stitch just a little bit and then come forward to the edge. And you could even sew off the edge if you wanted to. So that way you don't have to get exactly a 1/4 inch. You could even mark it in advance, but I think this bag is going to be fairly forgiving. Okay, so this is my last side. I'm going to sew towards my purple pin and then stop. You always want to make sure you leave yourself a big enough opening. It is tempting to go ahead and make that opening smaller because then it's easier to sew at the end. However, I find that if it's impossible to turn, it doesn't help you out very much. Okay, so now we're going to head back over to the ironing board. So now we're going to press all these seams open. So this may feel a little bit awkward, but once we have a small bag to work with, we're going to want to have less bulk. So when you box the corner on a bag or a purse, it just makes it so that it kind of has more of a boxy bottom or square bottom. So that's what's going to make it kind of have a little bit more polished appearance. It'll make it stand up a little bit better on its own, all those things. Okay. So to box our corners, what we're going to want to do is kind of fold this out like a flat. So I like to get this seam that's the shortest one here. And I'm going to pull it until that is going to lay flat. And what you want is this seam to align with this other side. So with a big handbag, you've actually got a little bit of room to stick your arm in there, but this one's a little tighter. So once you get that laid out flat and you can feel that the other seam is right behind it, I'm going to throw a couple pins in it. And then we're going to mark it. Try not to pin my ironing board here. Okay. So what you're going to do is take your ruler and take this diagonal line, line it up with the outside edge, and then you're going to get it as far in as you want to be cutting off. So for this one, we're going to cut off 1.25 inches. And I'm just going to use a friction erasable pen. There we go. So you don't want to iron it before. And what I'm going to do is go over to the machine. I'm going to sew from edge to edge. And then I'll come back and do this other one. I just don't want it to shift on me because it's such a little one. So now we'll change our foot back because we don't want that guided foot. And I just kind of keep them right here. It's funny, they stick to my magnetic pin cushion, so they don't go anywhere. Those are the two I keep right there. Okay, so we'll line up with the needle and our red line. All right, so that corner's done. I can take those pins out. And then we will come back over here and lay it out and do this other side. So we're going to do this for all 4 corners. Okay. So now we've sewn all these on, all these down. We're just going to take our ruler, cut them off. You could cut it off with a pair of scissors. We're going to leave about 1/4 inch all the way around on those 4 corners. And now we're just going to roll it up like a pair of stockings. And we're going to turn it the other way. So this side that's already all sewn is going to be the outside of our bag. And this end is going to be what we fold in to make the lining. So now we're just going to fold this down so that I don't have any raw edges. And you can press it if you need to, if you didn't catch that all the way around. And we're just going to take this over to the machine and sew from here to here, just a quick little top stitch for the inside bottom lining of our bag. Okay, and I'm not going to switch over to that other foot because I don't really want 1/4 inch seam here. I want this to be really close to the edge. And you could switch thread colors if you wanted to find something that matched a little bit better, but this is going to be at the bottom of your bag. You're never going to see it. Okay. Okay. So now we have our long strip. And what we're going to do is fold this inside of our bag. So this is my top stitch that I just did. Okay, trim any loose threads that you have, and then we're going to force this down to the inside of our bag. So I'm going to kind of hold it open and almost like reverse pantyhose it. So now I've kind of got it I've got my fingertips pressing on those 2 box corners, and I'm just going to press it all the way down until it rests nicely in there. Let's head over to the other camera. Okay, so I've kind of used my hand like a foot pushing through the sock to push this lining all the way down into the bag. And now I'm just going to kind of work with it a little bit to get it nice and flat. Make sure you don't have anything pulling in an odd direction. Oops, more loose threads. So again, this isn't going to have to be perfect, but it should lay pretty smooth because we made all those box corners the same. In fact, you could even make the box corners near the open edge a tiny bit smaller so that they nest a little bit better if your precision is off and you're feeling like it's bulky, but this is laying nice and flat. Okay, so now I've got one seam that doesn't want to play nice in there. Now I've got that nice and flat. What I'm going to do is measure down 1.5 inches from the top and mark a line around the back. What I'm going to do is actually use my tailor's chalk because this is a little bit darker fabric, and sometimes if you use a friction erasable pen on a darker fabric, it leaves funny lines. So we're going to measure 1.5 inches down. And we're going to do that all the way around. And if you don't have a tailor's chalk, you can definitely use your friction erasable pens. I just have found on a couple times it's gotten me. So I'm just going to pin that for right now because I'm going to mark my other line, which is 1/2 inch down from that first line. So I'm going to line up with my tailor's chalk and go 1/2 inch further down. All right, so those are my 2 lines. Now I'm going to flip it over and make the same 2 marks. So 1.5 inches and 1/2 inch. Okay, now we're going to go around and sew on those 2 lines. We're going to make sure that we don't sew the bag shut. So what I'm going to do is throw a pin in this top 2 layers, and then from the back side I'm going to do the same thing, just so I make sure it doesn't shift around on me. All right, so we'll head over to the machine. Okay guys, this may be interesting. I may have to move over to my other Juki, but fingers crossed that I can make it work. So, nope, not gonna happen there. All right, I'm gonna just be really careful. That's what I'm gonna do. So you definitely wanna make sure you're not getting both layers. I am going to back stitch, and I'm just going to sew forward till I get to this seam, and then I'm going to adjust and renegotiate everything. So this would be easier to do on a machine that has a smaller throat space. I don't want to move the camera over there, so there. This is supposed to be a fast and easy project. Camera angle shouldn't make it hard. And now if you only have a Juki Q VP 18, you know you can do it on here too. Just have to go slow. Now again, I'm just sewing this out with my Glide 60. You may want to pick a coordinating thread because it's going to be on the outside of your bag.
So now I'm going to go ahead and pull out my pins and sew that second layer. Go ahead and do this on my other Juki so that I can get the throat space in there a little bit easier. Okay, so now we've got that sewn. And what we're going to do, I went ahead and did the second line in on my other Juki. So I went ahead and switched them both to a red thread. That was more fun. That tailor's chalk will wash out or come away. So we're going to get in here with the seam ripper. Just pop those couple stitches in between. And we're going to do that on each side of the bag. So I'm just going right here in the middle. And just a couple stitches. I don't want to go through my sew lines. Okay, we're going to take our yarn, cut it in half. And then you can definitely use that safety pin method if you want. If you have a longer push, it will be a little bit easier, but the safety pin will get it done. So we're going to start on one side, go all the way around, and come back out this same side. And then with our other yarn, our other ribbon, we're going to start on the other side. And it may be a little fiddly to get past your pressed open seam there, but it'll come. So because my needle is so long, I'm going to go ahead and pull it out here, get it out of the fabric, not letting this end go through. And then I'm going to go right back in. This will give me a little bit more wiggle room to push that through. There we go. Okay. So I don't want to pull that in through, so I'm making sure I don't. And then we'll tie this in a quick little knot. So I want to have as much room to leave this as open as I can. So I'm going to try to get that knot really close to the end. It'll also kind of keep it from fraying. Okay, so that's one side. We still want to have it nice and open. Now we're going to thread the other ribbon. Maybe, maybe not. All right, thread our other ribbon. We're going to start on the other side. I'm going to go to the end. I'm going to just do that same little trick. I'm going to let it go ahead and come out over here, but not let this tail get all the way inside. So I'm kind of trying to hold the tail with this hand. And then we're going to go right back in. And I'm going to try not to wrap around this other ribbon that's already here. So my ribbon path was underneath the first one. So I'm going to stay underneath on this second one. And that may make it a little harder to pop out here. So just be patient with it. Yeah, there we go. All right. Making sure I don't pull that end in. Can't decide which side I should pull on. There we go. Okay. So now we'll tie a knot in the very end here. All right. You guys, there we have it. It wasn't a 5-minute craft, but it was super fast, and that chalk will go away after a little damp cloth will really make that work nicely. So isn't that super cute? So you've got a cute little drawstring bag. What a great way to give a gift this year. It's reusable. It's something you can make from your heart. And then if you've threaded the bag correctly, you should be able to insert your fingers and just open it back up. Okay, guys, that's a wrap on our drawstring bag. How easy was that? I can't wait to use this. I think I may even use it. Some of the fat quarter bundles that we got in last month will be perfect for additional little gift bags. I've got teacher gifts and friend gifts and all kinds of little things that I need something to fit in, and this is perfect. If you wanted to, you could even scale this up to make a full-size gift bag. I'm really excited that Open Gate Quilt shared these shared this pattern with us right now, and the timing is just perfect. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed sewing this one out with me as much as I did. I cannot wait to get into the full project for the month, but this was so fast and so easy. And so thanks again to Open Gate Quilts for gifting me this project box. I cannot wait to sew the big one out, but this has been a fun, fast, and easy one, and I am excited to be using this for some of my other Christmas gifts for the year. So if you enjoy watching any of my tutorials or unboxing videos, please do hit that like and subscribe button. It helps me out a ton. And until then, I will see you guys next time.